Good morning, and welcome to the Shed of Hope. It's been a while since I've uploaded anything, but today I want to talk to you about something passionate to me, and that's the soil, and what we do with it, and how I'm looking at managing it here. And it's hopefully going to be a completely natural process. Well, it is going to be a completely natural process. I'm picking up on a few of my idols, as it were. Mr. Coleman, for instance, and others of that, and a guy, Jim Koleski, who farms in Florida and also in Maine. Do like his little videos. Well, Pete Kansas, I think. Can't remember the guy's name, but anyhow, he films him. So, here in the valley, I'm planning on a garden, a vegetable garden. So let me show you on round. So this is it at the moment. We've got a path in, and this area here is going to be 16 beds at 30 inches wide. So there'll be path and a 30-inch bed and an 18-inch wide path sort of going on up here, yeah, across, and so on and so forth, all the way down. 16 beds, 16 paths. Also put a bed in here, and we're using grass clippings straight on. I'm just pulling the weeds out as I see them. I haven't done for a couple of days. I see there's a few poking their heads through, and I'm hoping it'll weaken them. So the next step here is to put some compost on, which I'll show you now. Grass needs cutting, and that's good, because to smother out the weeds, I'm using grass clippings, which I've just let rot down for days. This bed, I actually put them on neat, straight green, and they got hot, and I hope that's sort of semi-killed some of what's underneath it. We've done the black plastic thing here, and I'm not a fan, because this area here was covered, except for where you see the larger weeds, but even after being uncovered for 6 whole weeks, this is still barren. It shows that the air is not getting in. That black plastic is stopping the air, which is killing the soil. It's killing the microbes, because believe it or not, the nutrient in soil, the nutrient value is not in the soil, it's in the life in the soil. So what you have to do is feed the life. So what we're doing is a mixture of wood chip and compost. As you can see, it produces quite a nice thing. This is actually worm cast, which we found was too fine. We did trial it, but it blows away. So we need heavier stuff, and we need more woody material. So we have wood chip, and that big pile of nettles and stuff behind is a big pile of compost that's been making quietly for the last 18 months or so. So that's pretty much ready. Under here we have the most luscious, wonderful compost. I can show you at the back. This I'm going to have to strim off. Here you are, look at this. Look at this stuff, this is gorgeous. But this is, well, it's basically pretty much horse manure, but it's beautiful and it's full of worms. Look, there's worms in there now. No smell at all, it's beautiful. So we're going to mix that with, up over there somewhere, I've got another pile of 2-year-old wood chip, or 18-month-old wood chip. So that'll get mixed with that, and that's my bed material. Paths, but once again we're continually making compost. And this grass now, there's the odd seed head, but this is perfect to cut now, because there's not a lot of seed in it, but it's actually just before the seed head forms, it's at its most nutritious. So what I want to do is harvest this now. I'll mow it off again and use this area as mulch for the garden, therefore feeding the soil. So basically everything that goes into that garden in nutrient value to feed the microorganisms that live in the soil. It's what I need to do. You have to feed the microorganisms, because that's where the nutrient is. It's their poop and their decaying bodies when they die that feeds the plants. Yes, there are minerals and what have you that get leached out through chemical action and all the rest of it, but 99.9% of soil fertility and health is held within the biome, the creatures that live in it. So you have to look after them, feed them, give them what they want. You know, the way we farm in this country and cut grass to the point where it's all eaten off, well, all a cow or a sheep or a horse wants to eat is those nice green lush bits. They don't want all that stem and nastiness. In the natural world, with herds of bison for instance and what have you, all of those leftover bits that have been pooped on and trod on would just get trampled in and rot back into the ground. And when I pull a crop now, I won't be pulling the roots out of the ground. All I will be doing is cutting them off just at ground level or just slightly below and leaving them, because it holds the soil structure together whilst the next crop grows, and also as they rot down they feed the soil. Also you have mycelium. Now mycelium are your friend. They're the friend of the grass man, they're the friend of the arable man, the vegetable grower. It doesn't matter what you're growing, mycelium are the key. That link to the soil is what the mycelium are. So you need to encourage them. And, you know, within 2-3 years of changing just this ground over to a system whereby no chemicals are used, nothing's used, over 2-3 years it'll heal. That life will come back, and it's the life that gives you the growth. And without that life, the soil's dead. Therefore it won't grow. It won't grow anything. That's why we have to keep putting chemical fertilizers on and artificial fertilizers and chemicals to kill this and that. Well, there's actually no need. And huge agriculture can do this. There's a guy called Gabe Brown does it up in North Dakota. And man, what an operation. Thousands of acres. No chemicals at all. Mob grazing. But not like we do here where we eat it to nothing. He leaves a foot of it, lets it trample, and then just rolls it in. Plants his next crop straight into it. It's an unbelievable system. So a little bit of that here is my plan. So 16 beds. We have these other couple of beds. So there's going to be some more permanent planting in these is the plan. But once again, just fed with my own grass clippings from here, some horse manure from a friend of mine who has a horse. Once again, only been fed completely chemical free. Hay and what have you, because you don't want those chemicals coming through. And you can never get away from them completely. The whole earth and the whole world is actually polluted with the damn things, but you can minimize it, hopefully, fingers crossed. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm going to put a polytunnel up just up here somewhere. There we go. So polytunnel where that pile of rubble is basically. And yeah, renew my track going through here. You wouldn't believe there is a bit of stone under here somewhere, but there is. Yeah, new fence from end of trees here, across to here, across to there, and then bring it all the way back down. 12-foot gateage in there somewhere. And yeah, that gives us another little paddock. Once again, more nettly things to cut off there. They're just coming into flower, so one's doing the next week or so to cut some of that. But once again, for compost for next year, because all we're going to do is keep adding compost, keep adding that matter, that beautiful, you know, organic matter, which feeds. So there's a plan. You see around the fence up there, there's a load of comfrey. Once again, comfrey I do cultivate a little bit because it's wonderful compost. You see it grows on the compost pile, look. But that'll all get cut off and dug up. We'll leave it flower because look how many bees are on this. They absolutely adore it. So it's wonderful for them. Look at them. Beautiful little bumblebees today. I couldn't tell you what they are. We have many different types in this country, but they are gorgeous. Anyway, little update on what's going on. So I've got a lot of work to do. Fortunately, we do have digging machines, so that'll make life easier. I have done so far with the wheelbarrow, and it's damned hard work, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, there's an update. Like I say, I haven't done a video in a while. There's going to be more. But this is what we're doing. I might even set this thing up on a stick and do that. I'll hopefully be able to edit soon as well. I have a computer coming in the near future, fingers and toes crossed, and yeah, we'll be able to do some more extensive things, which will be fun. Anyway, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. It's a beautiful, well, it's actually my mother's birthday, it would have been. She'd have been 84 today. She loved gardening, but I'm afraid she was quite a chemical gardener. The bottom end bit was, yeah, she killed it and sprayed it. But this end has never had that, so yeah, it's going to be good. Apart from we have done, if we've had a mass infestation of dock leaves or what have you, we have dotted those in the actual fields years ago. A little bit earlier this year, but very, very little of that. A lot of it needs monitoring and sorting by mechanical means, really. So, yeah, we will put the mower on and knock some of that over in the next week, probably. And it'll make wonderful green compost. So, yeah, a lot going on. It's a good plan. The other thing I want to do, I've got 2 beds under that pile of tarps and stuff down there. I've got 2 cuttings beds that are in the wrong place. So I want to move this machinery out the way. Potato ridger and all the rest of it, and the scuffle that I want to mend. That's going to do the yard, actually. That's going to be an excellent yard machine. To sort the gravel out, to keep the weeds down. But once I've eaten into some of this, I want to move my cuttings beds here and start propagating basically some native stuff. We've got a lot of holly here, but there's also other shrubs and stuff. There's lilacs and all sorts that, you know, I can propagate and build that as part of the business, selling some of those. But the holly, definitely, I would definitely want to get into more of that, and Gelder rose and stuff like that, the native hedgerow stuff, really. Anyway, there's an update. Hope you're all well, and yeah, enjoy the sun and get out and do something and make things happen. It's fun making things happen, people. It really is. Yeah. So, yeah, love, light and peace. Enjoy.